Prepare to be angered, folks. Hundreds of National Guard troops flooded the New York City subways beginning on Wednesday as part of a crime-fighting plan suddenly unveiled by New York Governor Kathy Hochul. First, if you are sick and tired of state and federal government hacks taking away our rights, then subscribe to this channel down below and hit the like button. Subscribing is free, doesn't cost you anything, just helps this channel reach more freedom-minded folks. This is the largest show of force since the aftermath of the September 11th terror attacks, except this time, the show of force is not there for the terrorists who actually attacked America. It's there for you and me, the American citizen, and not in a good way either. It's there to violate one of the core rights that our founding fathers established during the Revolution. Actually, it's there to violate two rights. And I want to tell you all about it, as well as what the executive branch did last night during the State of the Union address, calling for the removal of another major right established by our founding fathers in our United States Constitution. But first, I wanted to share a report that I recently read from our sponsor, Lear Capital. It's called $3,200 Gold, and it's very interesting. It explains the correlation between our rising debt and our rising cost of gold. It's no secret that our government is addicted to printing money, and the inflation and all that crazy stuff is not going to stop anytime soon. There's no president or politician that'll stop it. And if you believe that, just like I do, then I encourage you to call now and get the free report to understand how rising debt means rising gold. It's great information from our friends at Lear Capital. There's absolutely no obligation to purchase, just free education that they offer to our viewers. And with all the volatility out there, if you've been considering gold, now is a great time to actually look into it. Many of you have made purchases. I have myself, and all of the major central banks in the world are buying up gold like never before. And it has just been made the only other tier one not called the US dollar. That says something. I've invested myself. I'm glad I did, and you should really look into it yourself. Call 1-800-260-5075. Again, 1-800-260-5075, or head over to leargg.com. Links are down below. Let's get into this, guys. First off, let me start by showing you everything you need to know from last night's State of the Union address by one of the worst presidents in the history of this country.
They said, do something. Do something. Well, I did do something by establishing the first ever Office of Gun Violence Prevention in the White House, that the Vice President is leading the charge. Thank you for doing it. Meanwhile, my predecessor told the NRA he's proud he did nothing on guns when he was president. Oh. After another shooting in Iowa recently, he said, when asked what to do about it, he said, just get over it. There's his quote, just get over it. I say, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. I'm proud we beat the NRA when I signed the most significant gun safety law in nearly 30 years because of this Congress. We now must beat the NRA again. I'm demanding a ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. Pass universal background checks. None of this. I taught the Second Amendment for 12 years. None of this violates the Second Amendment or vilifies responsible gun owners.
There you go. The President of the United States, who's required to protect and defend all of the rights enshrined in the United States Constitution and in the Bill of Rights, openly demanding for the removal of the Second Amendment because of frickin' feelings. Now let's go to a governor who's also required to protect and defend the rights of citizens living in her state, Kathy Hochul. She is violating the Fourth Amendment right of all Americans in New York, specifically the New York City subway system, in the name of safety. Rather than holding criminals responsible for criminal acts, she's demanding that you, Mr. and Mrs. America, the hard-working folks, give up your Fourth Amendment protections and allow these government troops, these hacks, to search your belongings just because. In total, 750 National Guardsmen, 250 state and MTA cops have been added to the additional 1,000 New York City police officers who will patrol the city's busiest transit stations and check commuters' bags. The initiative came after a meeting with New York City Mayor Eric Adams and the New York City Police Department last week, and it's the governor's response to the increased crime on the subway system. Again, do nothing to hold criminals responsible, but make everybody pay and allow for an intrusion on their Fourth Amendment rights against unreasonable searches and seizure by government agents. Hochul said this, quote, "No one heading to their job or to visit family or go to a doctor's appointment should worry that the person sitting next to them possesses a deadly weapon. They shouldn't worry about whether someone's going to brandish a knife or a gun. That's what we're going to do with these checkpoints." So these checkpoints are established to strip you of your Second Amendment rights by stripping you of your Fourth Amendment rights. According to the anti-freedom Kathy Hochul, you do not have the right to protect yourself even in one of the highest crime locations in the country, based off of Democrat policies which made it that way. You are the subject to the crown, and that crown is the governor, Kathy Hochul. At least in her mind, that is. I call on all New York citizens to push back. Do not stand for the government stripping you of your rights in the name of safety. You alone can manage your own safety yourself. When a mugger approaches you on the subway, there is not one cop, not one National Guardsman, not one government crony, not one political hack, not a single governor, not a single congressman, not even the President of the United States can save you when seconds matter. That is on you and you alone. So choose wisely, Mr. and Mrs. America. You are allowing the government to strip you of your rights, and the only people who can stop it are us. Guys and gals, please like this video and share it. Get it to as many folks that you can, because Kathy Hochul's going to do it. Guess what? Michelle Lujan Grisham's starting to do it. And guess what? A Democrat governor near you is looking to do the exact same thing. And you have a president demanding us to lose our Second Amendment rights last night. Yeah, just bring it.